This is religion. Yeah. This is a Passover, is a Jewish festival, yes, that celebrates the ancient Israelites' escape from slavery in Egypt. Yes. Now, they do this because of a covenant. Yes. I don't know the specifics of Judaism. Yeah. But the only reason that they celebrate the Passover is there was some reason, yes, that they have this holiday. Oh, now let's say you're Jewish and you don't really adhere, yes, to the actual covenant of maybe Moses, right? Or could be Abraham, yeah, whomever it is that you want to believe is the right covenant that you have to actually have to do. Yeah. Now, there's a New Testament covenant. Yes. I was talking to you about the individual that hung on the cross this morning. Yes, he was. He established a new covenant. Yes. Now, when I decided that I was going to be a Christian, yes, I understood the burden of my religion. Yes. A lot of people want to be in a religion without any burden. Yes. And without any binding effect. But I did spend quite a bit of time studying, yes, whether or not I wanted to do this. And when I made that commitment, yes, of being bound to the new covenant, yes, and the burden of wanting to be a disciple, yes, I took it upon myself to do a lot of self study. Yeah. Now, it had very little with going to church. Yes. It was a covenant between myself, you know, and the individual that hung on the cross this morning that says, oh, he was resurrected approximately 2,000 years ago. Oh, now, these religions, yes, Islam, 23.4% of humanity, yes. Christianity, 32.9%. Oh, agnostic and atheistic, oh, 11.2%. Other religions, 5.7, yes. Then there's Buddhism, this little 7% right here, yes. Now, I would have thought of the 1.3 billion Chinese individuals, yes, a greater proportion of humanity was Buddhist, but I'd be wrong, yes. Then there's the Chinese folk religion. For the Chinese, well, if there's 7.5 billion people, right? 1.3 billion of them. I could approximate that the Chinese are about 10%. No, that'd be 750 million. 15% of the actual humanity, and of that 15%, um, uh, well, maybe in China they're a little more, but I guess they're not very popular in the rest of the world. Then there are the Hindus. Yes, 13.7%. Oh, now these covenants, yes, these are burdensome. Pooch, they're binding. Now, what is your problem? I wasn't in swim, right? I want my sons, yes, because of forgery and fraud, yeah. And I want to have prosecuted those that have been persecuting me, yes. Now, I am very much involved in my own personal religion, yes. And for me, it's a big deal that it's 2,000 years ago, the resurrection. Oh, oh. Now, various court decisions have affected religious education in public schools. 1948 case of Illinois ex rel. Malcolm versus Board of Education. Yes, The Supreme Court of the United States ruled that various religious instruction could not be conducted within public school buildings. Ouch. I had said that my sons were 2 grades behind where they should be. Yes. That they should not have won the football games that they did. Yes. That I was going to sue each and every newspaper that had covenanted. Yes. Because there are the ethics and morality of the covenant contract of newspapers. Yes. Now, let's say you're the editor. Yes. You're the publisher. You're the actual owner of the Peninsula Daily News. Sound Publishing. And you put in your newspaper that my sons are in the wrong grades, and then you decide that the sheriff, the judiciary, and those elected to office were going to refuse my right to sue you. Now you violated the covenant of publishing news. You published the actual kidnapping, the exploitation, yes, and the abuse of having my sons in the wrong fucking grades. Poop. Now I'm going to sue you for the actual ownership of the newspaper, yes. And then I'm going to get rid of it and fire all the employees right now. Because what is a newspaper? Now there's the Associated Press. Yes. They have certain ethical and moral requirements. Yes. That you would never participate in the abuse of children. That's right. Now, for the PDN to say, well, we just have to do what the sheriff says, pooch, you violated the covenant necessary to have a publication. Now, these public schools, United States sometimes offer religious instruction on various arrangements. I have heard, yes, that they have outlawed, yes, as in making it illegal to pray at football games and convocations. Because some people do not believe in the Christian God. But I had seen an actual, police program. It was, I think it was in Mississippi. In fact, could you get me all the police officers in Mississippi? Yes. They were out there getting these persons that were selling heroin. They were heroin. They had a dialect where they didn't call it heroin. Yes, they call it heroin. What I found offensive is that police officers are praying together. Now, if you as law enforcement are having prayer meetings before going to arrest those that have been selling illegal substances, yes, I think it is the same intolerance as the schools disallowing those to pray during convocations and football games. Now, we cannot. Well, I'm going to sue each and every police department.